Cassie, and I'm a librarian here at the Dell Rapids Carnegie Public Library, and I've been leading the STEAM camp this summer. Each week we've been trying a fun different activity. Today is our final experiment, so I hope you guys enjoy it. To start things off, what is STEAM exactly? It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics, which sounds a lot like doing school in the summer, right? But it's not. Whether you're designing the next iPhone, building a giant tower of Pringles to eat, or drawing a picture, you're using STEAM concepts. So today we'll be making Elephant Toothpaste, which is a funny name for a really cool substance. It's not actually toothpaste though, so don't try and use it. For this activity, you will need 3% hydrogen peroxide, which we just got here in town at County Fair. You'll need some instant yeast, which you can also find at County Fair. You'll need just a little bit of dish soap, but we have a really big bottle. You don't need this much. And then you're gonna want some warm water and some measuring spoons off to the side. And then if you really want to, you can have some food coloring on hand, but you can use without it. Lastly, you will want safety goggles, or if you wear glasses, that will work. And then some of the younger viewers will probably need adult supervision for this, just in case. All right, and once you've got those, you are ready to go. You'll either want to be outside or have a tablecloth on a table with a tray, just in case, because this can get a little messy. So I'm gonna start things off by measuring a ½ cup of hydrogen peroxide, and I'm gonna pour that in my vase here. I'm just gonna add that whole thing in, and then I'm gonna add a big squirt of my dish soap in there, and then you're just gonna swirl it around to mix. Mine's kind of trickling down, so it might take a little minute. It smells kind of like dish soap now, but that's okay. So just mix that up. If you can get a spoon in there, that works. I don't have a spoon that would fit through the neck of this vase, so I'm just swirling it. So you do that. I'm gonna add some food coloring now, so I'm just gonna add a few drops very carefully. I'd rather not stain my entire hand purple. I'm just gonna add a few drops in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna swirl it around to mix it again. So you can kind of see it's turning purple in there. So, all right, you've got that. So for our next part, in a measuring cup, you're gonna want to mix together 1 tablespoon of yeast, which I'm pouring in, and then 3 tablespoons of warm water. So I'm gonna add those in right now. And then you're gonna wanna stir the mixture for about 30 seconds. It doesn't look very appetizing, but that's okay. We're not supposed to eat this. So you just keep mixing.
Miss Cassie, if they don't have a vase at home, they could use really any tall cylinder that they have, whether it's like a tall cup or
a
like
large plastic bottle. Yep. Just about anything will work. All right, so we're going to be doing this a couple different times to see what reactions we get. So we'll probably be doing a couple different colors as well, just to help keep them straight. So, okay. I've been stirring for about 20-30 seconds now, so it looks pretty liquidy. I made a little bit of a mess, like I did warn you. So, all right. So now we are going to pour it in. I'm going to stand back a little bit just in case. We're gonna see if this works. All right, here we go. Oh, you guys see, it's coming up. And there we go.
Cool.
So that's really cool. It almost looks like a mushroom. So that's pretty cool. It's not super explosive, which is good because we're doing this indoors. but it's just growing and it's super smooth. I kind of want to touch it, but I'm not going to. So what makes this foam appear? When the hydrogen peroxide comes into contact with the yeast, it breaks down into water and oxygen. Oxygen is a gas and therefore wants to escape the liquid. But the dish soap that we added traps it inside, creating these gas bubbles, forming the foam that you see here. The reaction continues as long as there is some hydrogen peroxide and yeast left. Once one of them runs out, it stops making foam. So if you tried the activity without dish soap, it would probably still make bubbles, but not foam. So it looks like ours is starting to slow down now. So you can also do it with 6% hydrogen peroxide. That would give you a little more explosive. You would want to be outside for that one. So, but otherwise, this works as is. It's pretty cool. I love the color of it and how foamy and fluffy it is.
It smells good.
Yeah,
it smells like soap.
It smells nice. So that does it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you for joining us for our final STEAM camp experiment. I really enjoyed getting to do all these fun different activities with you. We'll be doing several more activities for our last week of summer reading, and I hope you guys can join us for those as well. See you then! Okay, so our first round of experiments was really cool. So we're gonna try mixing things up a little bit this time around. So on that note, we're using a little bit more hydrogen peroxide. And then we're still gonna add a big squirt of soap. We're gonna mix that in and create bubbles. So we're mixing this in just like normal. I'm going to try making stripes this time. So I've got pink and green, or purple-ish. And so to make the stripes, you don't want to drop it directly into the mixture. You want to drop it on the side and just let it kind of drip down into it. So kind of like it is in toothpaste. So I've got pink. And I'm going
hit
to
my elbow.
All right, and I'm going to add in some green in between. So we'll see how this turns out. You don't want to mix this in. You just want to let it dribble down the sides. All right, so we've got that. So now I've got my yeast here, and once again, I used a little bit of extra yeast. I'm gonna dump that in. And then 3 tablespoons of warm water. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to mix it. So that delightful, yummy looking mixture right there. So it's gonna start to clump up. At first you just wanna keep stirring until it kind of dissolves again back into liquid form. Just keep stirring. So the yeast I'm using here is instant yeast. There's another type of dry yeast called active, and you can try using that and see if that makes a difference. The fun thing about this is that you can try a whole bunch of different things and see how it affects your results. So all right, I'd say that's about good. There. All right. Now I'm going to pour it in, and we'll see if anything's different this time around. Well, it looks like purple won the majority vote, but
you can see hints of green in it, though, if you get.
Yeah.
If you
can see hints of green, and it looks like it's exploding a bit more. We probably should have put the vase in the middle of the tray. You can also, if you put your hands close to it, you can feel heat. And that's because the yeast reacts to create an endothermic reaction producing heat. So it's not like going to burn you, but you can feel like warmth kind of coming from it. So that's really cool. It definitely looks like we got more foam this time around. And that was just with adding a little bit of extra hydrogen peroxide. So I did maybe like just over half a cup. So that was pretty cool. This is a fun little reaction, and if you follow these measurements, it's safe to do indoors. I will say I have seen some experiments where it shot up into the air, and that would be pretty cool. That's something you would want to do outside. All right, that does it for round 2. Thanks for watching.